Yeah, ma caro Gio, ma una buona giornata.
Oh,
come stai? Tutto
Sebo,
bene?
tutto bene.
Hai
tutto
passato una discreta settimana?
Sì,
la tua mano guarisce sempre di più, il
Sì,
tuo
sì,
tunnel
sì.
carpale vede la luce alla fine
diciamo
del tunnel.
che le ferite, come si dice, guariscono. Dai,
Guariscono, si rimarginano. Il
rimarginano.
tempo guarisce qualunque ferita.
Non lo so che sia qualunque, però dai, più tempo passa e meglio è comunque a livello salutare. Oh, sembriamo proprio i vecchi che parlano della salute subito di prima.
Esatto, no, infatti.
Così.
Allora, come stai? Hai fatto gli esami, hai fatto le visite?
Come ti è andata la prostata?
Vecchissimi.
Grandissimo.
Benissimo.
Va bene, dai.
Allora, oggi puntata super ricca, oggi super ospite, oggi tutto super, caro Gio.
Super, come sempre.
Okay.
Del resto qua a Rocker TV, ragazzi, è tutto super, perché c'è Super Mario.
Super Mario e poi tutto il team, tutto super, super Samuele, super Isa, super tutti, insomma. Allora, dunque, noi abbiamo scoperto una cosa durante questa settimana. Abbiamo scoperto finalmente come fa Fender, come fanno diciamo tutti i produttori che costruiscono chitarre cosiddette relic, cioè finto usato, come fanno a creare queste fantastiche finiture.
Un segreto che finalmente verrà svelato.
E abbiamo un video che adesso la regia gentilmente ci manderà.
Vai.
Ma di cosa stiamo
Abbiamo
parlando?
capito tutto.
Hai capito?
Perché le teste degli omini del biliardino,
esatto, è abrasiva,
riescono come si dice, a invecchiare le chitarre e a farle
precocemente, cioè più c'è agonismo nella partita di calcetto balilla e più la chitarra viene fatta heavy relic o light relic a seconda, no?
Sì,
per cui adesso che abbiamo capito basta con qualunque biliardino, per cui con le classiche 200 lire o 50 lire che si usavano una volta nel biliardino si può fare una chitarra relic.
Ghiacciolo e biliardino, dai.
Bene.
Via.
Caro Gio, oggi, nella puntata di oggi, cioè 12 maggio 2025 dopo il Cristo, abbiamo sempre delle news da dare nel nostro telegiornale.
Tra l'altro vorremmo darne un sacco, che ne abbiamo veramente tante.
Però
ogni tanto dobbiamo stringere, se no poi non ci rimane più tempo per le altre cose.
Soprattutto nelle edizioni straordinarie non hai così tanto tempo, no?
Potrebbe essere comunque un'idea anche per il futuro.
L'edizione straordinaria, in qualunque momento della giornata e della settimana.
Sì.
Benissimo, allora lanciamo la nostra sigla di Guitar News.
Vai.
Rieccoci in studio, riprendiamo la linea dal nostro
muniti di memoria elettronica.
Allora, insomma, sta arrivando la bella stagione, per cui stagione di tour, tutti stanno andando in tour, giustamente, per cui concerti come se non ci fosse un domani, no? Prima artista che sarà in giro in tour sarà la nostra amica Alteria, giusto?
Ragazzi, Alteria che c'ha il suo nuovo disco e sta facendo un sacco di concerti.
Un bel po' di date, tra l'altro in via di aggiornamento. Le date che vedete adesso in sovraimpressione su questo manifesto, su questa locandina, sono solamente l'inizio del tour, che poi potrebbe essere sicuramente
Royal
rimpolpato.
Enfield Tour.
Royal Enfield,
sì,
è sponsorizzato le famose moto indiane.
Lei essendo una grande appassionata di moto e motociclista di vecchio corso e vecchia data praticamente, ha questa moto che tra l'altro io ho avuto il privilegio di vedere dal vivo, bellissima.
Royal Enfield,
sì. Molto
è una
bella.
moto per amatori.
E comunque questo 15 di maggio suonerà proprio qua a Legend a Milano. Poi ci sono anche, chiaramente ci sono tutte le altre date che le potete leggere
non
lì.
Perdetevi per cui la vostra Alteria.
La nostra Alteria.
Ma poi c'è anche un altro tour che sta partendo, forse è già partito, che è quello dei Lacuna Coil,
sì, un'altra punta di diamante.
Sì, del metal italiano, che è internazionale ormai. Guardate che sfilza di
52 date, ragazzi, le ho lette tutte, me le sono anche stampate qua.
Per cui si preparano a stancarsi come si deve, come solo in tour ci si può stancare.
Cioè dappertutto suonano,
veramente.
tutto il mondo.
Però giustamente è appena uscito l'album nuovo, devono promuoverlo, la gente sarà
Sleepless
assettata.
Empire.
Ecco, la gente è assettata di Lacuna Coil, li vuole vedere live e saranno
credo il 10 ottobre all'Alcatraz, se non mi ricordo
bene.
male. Comunque
cercheremo
ci sono tutte le date,
di non mancare. Cercheremo di non mancare.
Il loro clamoroso suono.
Poi, parlando di suono, abbiamo una novità di un marchio di amplificatori teutonico tedesco, Engel, fantastici amplificatori high gain. È appena uscito un pedalino, il pedalino della Fireball,
Fireball IR.
È un pedale praticamente che simula i due canali clean e crunch lead di questa fortunatissima testata Angle molto high gain.
Suono proprio
c'è
tipico.
la possibilità anche di caricare delle IR, di conseguenza potete usare il pedalino non solo come preamp per la vostra chitarra, ma anche evitando di utilizzare il cabinet e suonando direttamente in una console, in un mixer.
Suono tedesco.
E il suono è fighissimo perché infatti abbiamo anche un fantastico video che vi fa sentire come suona questo pedalino. Prego regia.
Vediamo.
Today we have got the Angle Fireball IR pedal with us.
Suono
fantastico.
tedesco.
Mi domando se all'interno del pedale ci siano anche dei sample di batteria con la doppia cassa già inseriti.
È vero.
Fantastico.
Comunque questo è l'erede una volta, diciamo tanti anni fa, c'era l'amica di Hughes &
Esatto, sì,
per il suono
sempre tedeschi. Il suono è teutonico proprio,
esatto,
no compromise.
Bravo,
sì.
E queste
ma anche come genere all'epoca nel metal c'erano o gli Scorpions o i Creator, senza niente in mezzo, capito? On off.
È vero. Comunque veramente ti acquisti questo pedale, hai quel suono
veramente bello. Poi ultima news. La settimana scorsa vi abbiamo parlato del fatto che stesse arrivando in Italia David Rhodes, storico chitarrista di Peter Gabriel, per promuovere il suo nuovo progetto, The Fermi Paradox, che vede la collaborazione anche di parecchi musicisti italiani, molti dei quali nostri amici. Ha fatto queste due date perché l'album è uscito il 9 di maggio, l'album di The Fermi Paradox, date che sono andate molto bene, che hanno avuto un grande successo, e ovviamente noi potevamo forse esimerci dall'invitare David Rhodes qui a Te la spacco con la chitarra.
Abbiamo fatto una bella trappola.
Certo che no, e infatti...
Eccolo!
In carne e ossa, eccolo qua.
Benvenuto,
David Rhodes, eccolo qui. Thank you so much for coming here. We knew you were touring across Italy with your new project, the Fermi Paradox.
It's not quite across Italy.
Yeah, it's a very small tour. Like nowadays, live performances are so rare that 2 gigs are a tour.
Constitutes a tour.
Yeah, they're called a tour.
Oh, well.
So we knew that those gigs were great, and I guess they were the very first gigs you made before releasing your album that has been released on May 9th.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we are proud because many Italian musicians are part of this lineup of the Fermi Paradox.
Yeah.
So please tell us about this very interesting project.
So it started quite a long time ago, I think 8 or 9 years ago. With Giovanni Amaghetti having, he'd talked to me about the Fermi Paradox, which I didn't know anything about. My knowledge
the
of
Fermi
Italian,
Paradox as a scientific concept. Okay, yeah.
And the possibility that because the universe is expanding and is so vast, it's more than likely that there is other life out there. So that was already fascinating. And then he said, what I want to do is get some musicians together and improvise and try and create something that reflects some of those ideas. It's not really saying that we understand the science or whatever, but in fact we did have contact with a scientist. But it's just the feeling of the expanding universe, the weirdness of it, the possibilities.
So
that's all.
You're saying that many of the recordings were taken from improvisations.
Yes.
But were you guys thinking about the same concept? I mean, you discussed about the concept.
No, Giovanni would say, this is about asteroid belts.
Okay.
Okay. So you just try to imagine that chaos and that speed and violence. So, yeah.
Yeah, so every musician got inspired by the concept.
Yes.
And during the improvisation,
maybe some more than others.
Interpreting. Okay. I think to let our followers better understand that, we actually prepared a small video with actually asteroid belts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
prego regia. contenti che ci siano molti musicisti italiani coinvolti. Infatti il progetto è nato da David e Giovanni Amighetti, ma poi ha visto anche la collaborazione di amici per noi carissimi come Roberto Gualdi alla batteria, Luca Nobis che è stato nostro ospite, per cui siamo molto contenti e orgogliosi di questo progetto. Sicuramente molto interessante, perché questa fusione di musica e scienza a questo livello è veramente molto molto interessante.
Sì. Veramente
ecco bello. Qua vediamo la formazione in alcuni eventi live che sono stati fatti l'anno scorso, un paio d'anni fa credo. Eccoli qui con Roberto, Luca, addirittura c'è anche il clarinettista che suona, è famoso per essere il clarinettista di Casadei se non sbaglio, però è un bravissimo musicista e come vedete e sentite anche molto molto eclettico. Eccoli qui live. Okay, so the Fermi Paradox is the most advanced and modern project you have, I guess. The most recent.
Well, the recording of it is old, and then it took quite a long time to develop the improvisations into, editing them.
Is that the first album you guys released?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and really we're just seeing how if we can perform it live with some intensity and honesty and make it work nicely.
To transfer the same mood, feeling, and concept and sense. Cool. Of course, you're well and best known as Peter Gabriel's guitar player since 1980, right?
Yeah, actually 1979.
Wow. So can you...
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Can you describe how you met him and how your collaboration developed during all these years?
Okay. So I was in a band, and we'd just signed a deal with Polydor.
Okay.
And then the following week we were playing at the Rock Garden in London. And we used to play some shows up in Oxford and whatever. And a friend of Peter's had seen us playing there. And so Peter came to the Rock Garden with his manager, his record company, the head of Charisma, Tony Stratton-Smith, his publisher, Ron, and all these people. And so I think I was 23 at the time, and Peter was 28. And well, I was 22, I don't know, can't remember. Afterwards, the keyboard player in the band said, "Oh, Peter Gabriel's been in." I went, "Oh, I don't care, he's an old fart." It's just kind of, what matters? But then it turned out that he wanted us to demo his third album with him, or some of the songs. And
with the whole band?
Yeah, with the whole band. And then I also, his manager, Gail, she said that Peter was so keen on us that he wanted her to manage us, and we signed to Hit and Run Publishing. If it had happened a week earlier, maybe we wouldn't have signed with Polydor. Maybe we'd have gone with Charisma.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was all fortuitous, all by chance. I actually thought at that time I might play for a little bit in my 20s and then become a carpenter.
Oh, okay.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
So, and then from doing the demos, Peter asked me to work on the third album.
Okay, just you?
Yeah.
Okay, and since then, you've been his
Yeah, I didn't do the initial touring of that album, but I was in the support act, so we went around Europe. Oh no, we didn't go around. We did America and the UK, and then that band kind of imploded or exploded, I don't know.
It depends. It's an universe concept as well.
Yes, it didn't go well, anyway. Yeah, a lot of asteroids. But, so yeah, that's that story really.
Cool. We have another video of a live performance of Sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah.
So mainly the footage is about you, Peter, and Tony Levin performing it and doing a funny dance as well during the song.
Yes,
So, prego regia, Sledgehammer.
Right.
One of 91. It's a song called Sledgehammer.
tutti. A dopo.
Fantastic!
Concerto di 2 anni fa in Italia, come avete sentito dal saluto finale di Peter Gabriel.
Un passo di ballo.
I'm sad to say the dancing has got worse over the years.
Dice che con gli anni questo balletto è diventato sempre peggio. E ovviamente Peter Gabriel è una parte fondamentale della sua carriera, perché è quella che poi gli ha aperto anche un sacco di altre porte con tantissimi altri artisti con cui ha collaborato, tra i quali c'è un artista italiano molto molto conosciuto che è Franco Battiato, e adesso andiamo a chiedergli come l'ha conosciuto e com'è stata la collaborazione che li ha visti lavorare insieme. We know that you made 2 albums with Franco Battiato.
Yeah.
And in the first one you recorded, there's also a very famous song of him, La Cura. Yeah, it's very, and we're going to have a small video later.
Okay.
But we're very curious about how you met him and how your collaboration started.
It was actually, I've known Saro Cosentino for many years. And I guess I met him in the 80s, I'm sure. But a very nice guy, used to stay in touch with him. And he just said, Franco's been asking me about musicians and I've suggested you. So the band, the recording band was Gavin Harrison on drums, Saturnino on bass.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very young.
Yeah.
It's very funny. He's like a caricature.
Yeah, he is.
But it was a pleasure to play with. And Franco had some tracks that he'd demoed everything pretty much.
Okay.
And there was a great piano player. He was crazy good. A classical player.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Carlo, something.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, we recorded in Paris, and it was great. And Franco just had a great vibe about him.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe you've been suggested as a guitar player because of your concept about guitar. You don't seem to be the shredding guy. No. You use the guitar as a creative instrument.
Yeah, I'm more interested in guitar noise than technique.
Atmospheres, sounds.
Always have been. I've never tried to play fast. I wouldn't know where to start.
This is one of the millions ways to interpret guitar. I love that because, of course, at this show we have super shredders and also people using guitar as a creative instrument like you. And
well, it's like coloring or it isn't like trying to dominate the space. It's trying to add, and particularly with songs, you're trying to support the lyrical idea, the melody, stay out of the way of the voice, and adding nuance and detail. And
understanding what's best for the song and the whole.
That's the plan.
Music meaning. Yeah. You do it very, very good.
Thank you.
So let's watch this La Cura live performance. Prego regia, guardiamoci La Cura.
Avrò cura di te. Vagavo per i campi del Tennessee, come vi ero arrivato chissà. Non hai fiori bianchi per me, più veloci di aquile i miei sogni attraversano il mare. Ti porterò soprattutto il silenzio e la pazienza, percorreremo assieme sulle vie che portano all'essenza. I profumi d'amore inebrieranno i nostri corpi. La bonaccia d'agosto non calmerà i nostri sensi. Tesserò i tuoi capelli come trame di un canto. Conosco le leggi del mondo e te ne farò conto. Supererò le correnti gravitazionali, lo spazio e la luce per non farti invecchiare. Ti salverò da ogni malinconia, perché sei un essere speciale ed io avrò cura di te. Io sì che avrò cura di te.
Atmosfera.
Very nice atmosphere.
It was a lovely band with Paolo Costa,
on bass.
Lele Melotti, and Kiko Gussoni played guitar.
Well. We know all of them.
Yeah, of course.
La crème de la crème of the working musicians in Italy. And actually, I guess you actually participated to one of the most well-known songs from Franco Battiato's career.
I'm very fortunate to have been involved.
For being part of that. Yeah. Very, very nice.
Fantastic.
And you also collaborated with many, many other artists. Not just pop artists. I mean, very deep artists like Kate Bush, for example, I love.
I did her shows in 2014 when she hadn't done shows for 35 years. And that was a great period. We did 22 shows. It was just a run. It was like a theatre production. So it's very complex. A lot of things going on. And it was very beautiful. She was great. Really great.
Cool. And nowadays, are you still touring with other artists, or do you prefer to concentrate on your own project?
Well, I record a bit at home for people. People send me things and I record them.
Okay.
Did a bit of recording with Peter, Manu and Tony.
Okay.
In February, we did 6 or 7 tunes, new tunes. And I'm over here doing this now. So it's kind of, I kind of quite like, I like keeping busy.
Yeah. Do you have your own studio?
Oh, it's like everybody else's. It's a computer, a pair of speakers.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing. A microphone and an amp.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good thing about technology, that nowadays spending not that much of money, not a zillion euros or
it's transformed
pound.
It, hasn't it?
Yeah. Because back then, just for a desk, it was like buying thousands. A house. Yeah. And nowadays, everybody have the chance to create.
You can make good things in a small room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Democratic.
You can make better things in a big room with more people. But
yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is the problem because, nowadays everybody, as you said, has a home studio.
Yeah, so they kind of narrowed down.
Most of the time they send you some tracks to record and you're alone. Yeah. So nobody is suggesting you to do anything. You do what you think is best without interacting with other musicians. That's the worst part.
That's the drawback, for sure.
Yeah. Very nice. And of course, this is a guitar show. And actually the title of the show is I'm Gonna Smash You That Guitar. Because this is a saying that we usually heard from our parents mainly when we didn't want to study because we wanted to play guitar.
The question is...
The threat was I'm gonna smash you that guitar. And the question is, did anybody told you the same sentence?
I think My mother was more upset when I had a drum kit in the house.
Oh, okay.
So I think she was then relieved when I kind of realized I didn't have the coordination for that.
When you change instrument.
She said, you don't have the feel of time. You should play guitar, because that's how guitar players are.
I like to think my time is good.
Yeah, of course it is.
So that's for others to
considering this is a guitar show, we like to talk about guitars and gear. So we have a special part of the show called Guitar Gears, I ferri del mestiere. Sigla, prego. And here is your guitar, the guitar you decided to bring to this show, and it's mainly a Les Paul studio.
It is. It's just a cheap Les Paul studio. Oh, that's fallen out. Which I bought initially for the robot facility, because I was touring on my own, and I had songs in different tunings, and I thought, it'd be great. I can press a button.
Oh, so it features the robo machine.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Just that.
Robot.
Yeah. So that's the first iteration of the robot heads. I think they're much smaller and better now. But it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, okay.
my roadie, my tech with Peter said it's just shit. It's falling apart.
They tried.
It's really difficult to repair. So.
Oh, okay.
So he said, we'll just.
Because part of the electronic is inside here.
Yeah, it ran from this. It used to run from here.
Okay.
Under the bridge, and it operated on. I don't know, some sort of
maybe wires inside the neck.
No, it was some sort of. I don't know how it worked. I really don't.
Actually it didn't.
Not after a while.
But actually.
But I was just going to say, so I had to use this for quite a while for those shows. And then I realized I quite liked it. Years ago, I'd always been a Fender player. Back in, you saw I was playing a Jazz Master then with Franco. But then I just liked the body of the Les Paul and the weight. So it's become, it's a tool.
Yes.
But it's a friendly tool. I feel happy when I pick it up. I've got a few others at home, but this is...
Yeah, and actually, as we usually say, a guitar is like a cloth for us.
You get used to it.
Yeah, a rope, Yeah. So you want to dress that way,
you want
so
to
you
put
buy
it
that
on
guitar.
And just feel happy. And I know it doesn't actually look great.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But it's fine. It's fine.
This is, we have a video of you playing this very guitar with a project that you're going to talk about later. So let's watch the video first. Prego, regia.
It out. I need to figure the mess I'm in. Can't wait another day. Fact is facts don't go away. Truth can be heavy, can weigh you down, weigh you down. Been holding on for way too long. Now's the time for letting go. Let me go. Get that monkey off my back. Feel my spine begin to crack. Get that fat monkey off my back. Get that monkey off my back. He can turn the day sky the gate. Now love is bolted, run away, run away. Oh, it makes no sense to keep up this pretense. Now's the time for letting go. Let me go. Get that monkey off my back. Feel my spine begin to crack. Get that fat monkey off my back. Get that monkey off my back. He can turn the day sky black. Get that fat monkey off my back. Get that monkey off my back. He can turn the day sky black. Get that fat monkey off my back. Get that monkey off my back. I'm feeling my spine begin to crack. Get that fat monkey off my back.
Oh.
Yeah, nice project. Is it still existing?
Yeah.
No.
No, just a phase of your musical.
No, I stay in touch with Jed, the drummer, a lot. I haven't seen Gaz for a while, but he lives in Bristol. Yeah, and I ended up getting divorced the following year, so it's kind of
Okay.
a little historical stuff.
Okay. So, well, every period of our life has a soundtrack. Every moment.
Yes.
So there's music reminding you that period.
Yeah, it made me feel a bit weird.
So this is the divorce band.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I see that, as I usually say about myself, I'm young for many years. And you're young for many years too. So you started using very traditional gear. Then I see that you're using pretty modern pieces of gear. You had a couple of nice Vox amplifiers behind you.
Yeah, they were just hired, rented for that.
But then a digital device in front of you.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this new technology?
I now, for the Fermi Paradox and for Peter, I just use a Helix.
Okay.
And the advantages outweigh the problems. You're giving consistent sound to front of house, which is just really important, and particularly with big shows.
Yes.
You want the sound man to have easy control of what you're doing and not be chasing you. So that's the good side. But whenever I record, I use a very analog board of just odds and ends. And having said that I use a digital board, I normally, with Peter, I had a Roger Mayer Voodoo Vibe, a vibrato, and then an extra distortion. But now I've changed the distortion for a freak out pedal. So I've got some instant feedback and two types of modulation.
Going into a regular amp?
No, those are on a send from the board, from my board. So it just means I can be a bit more textural and I can change things if I want.
Okay.
I find that's the real problem with digital boards is if you want to change something, you're down on your hands and knees for 5 minutes.
Yes, totally. And sound-wise, do you clearly feel a difference?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. However good they say they are, you can always hear the high end is never quite right, I don't think.
Yeah. Even though this technology is now on the market for many, many years, a few decades.
But it's still, I've yet to hear something where I think that it's better than analog pedals and an amp. But maybe that's just because that's how prefer.
Yeah. As we often discuss about, maybe many young players playing with a regular amp behind them could be uncomfortable because of the sound direction, because they're used with the in-ear monitors and their pedal board sound. But that's the way we grew up, and we got used to that. And actually, we still feel the nuances coming from an analog equipment. That's the way it is.
I think you're right.
Yeah. We love to talk about gear. As you said.
Could go on forever.
We have a saying
guitar player.
about guitars. We have a saying that the right number of guitars you should own is the one you want plus one.
The guitar, come si dice, allungano la vita, come si può dire?
They make your life longer, guitars. They make your life longer.
Every day, one more guitar.
If you can, of course. Well, the last part of our show is about Once Upon a Time. So, please, regia, sigla.
Goodness.
Okay, so Once Upon a Time means that we're talking about something that happened many years ago in your past, in your beginning of your career. So we're talking about Random Hold.
Okay.
Of course. You were really young. Maybe it was the very first serious band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just explain it. We were very lucky in that we actually got a record deal quite quickly. And then I was lucky because I went on to work with Peter from that. But also it meant, I kind of was able to get into playing for other people, things like that. So it was a happy accident.
Yeah,
all
okay.
of that. But the band, we were, I think I was an angry young man then.
Yeah, really? Like the band boss?
I've kind of mellowed.
Oh. So we could say that without Random Hold, nothing would happen later.
As I said, I would have
happened later, so it was good. Actually, the first single from the band was Etcetraville.
Etcetraville,
yeah. We actually have that song for our followers to listen to. So, prego regia.
Yes, we know you, we know your game.
Yeah.
Atmosfera 70s.
That's a reveal. So you said it was in 1979?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Pretty sure.
And then you went straight to Peter Gabriel then?
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with some of the band members?
I saw Bill, the bass player, who he hasn't really played much bass for years, but he's been working with Phil Manzanera again, because they used to have a band together at school.
Okay, yeah.
And I was younger in school, so I saw them play and everything when I was about 13, maybe 17 or 18.
Yeah.
But I saw them both actually just a couple of months ago. It was kind of nice. The keyboard player died quite a long time ago.
Oh yeah, wow.
But that was, yeah. So that wasn't great. But, yeah.
So going back to the beginning of the show, the episode. What about the Fermi Paradox now? Are you planning other gigs, maybe in Europe or?
Not yet.
Italy?
We're going to see what the response is to
With the
what
album.
we're doing. Yeah, and to the album, and just gauge it. One, if we enjoy doing it. Two, if we're doing it justice. And then three, if anybody else is interested.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of course.
kind of-
Many aspects have to match.
Indeed.
For that.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to be lucky for all of those to fit
like
together.
a universal
Yeah.
balance.
Puzzle. Yeah.
Cool, very cool. So, David, thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you very much.
It's been a real honor.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving this international touch to our show here in Italy. And we wish you the best. Of course, you don't need it because you're already doing great. But
I
especially
have a lot
for
of
this. yeah, that's the main thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ragazzi, grazie a tutti. Ci scusiamo per la puntata un po' internazionale oggi. Abbiamo parlato praticamente solo in inglese. Scusateci, spero abbiate capito quasi tutto. E noi ci vediamo settimana prossima, per cui il 19 di maggio. Grazie a tutti e ovviamente grazie soprattutto a David Rhodes.
Ecco.
Ciao a tutti!